How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, yesterday, as you all know, I dropped a video on what to pack for prison, right? It was a good video, good feedback and stuff, good comments and stuff, right, as always. But there were certain things I've missed, right? And it's been playing on my mind all day, so check this bad boy out, what I'm going to do in a minute. Before that, whenever I do a story that's in the media about prisons, right, I don't do them all because it was just like I'd have to find the story, then I'd sit on the table, I would write word for word what the story says, copy the link, and then do it into a vlog format, do the vlog, read the story. So tablet now, right? Little tablet, right? So what I can do now is I can just do it, I can just read it off here and relay it to you guys. It means that I can bring you more vlogs. Sorry to do that to you guys, I know it's a punishment. Anyway, right, so first things first, right, fucking hell, it's Saturday night, right, I'm chilling out. I seen this when I was in Bargain Booze, kiwi and lime cider, right? It tastes better than the Ooch, let me tell you. Right, what do you need to take to prison? This is aimed at those that are going to find themselves in prison or facing prison, should I say. If you're in a position where you end up in court, depending on what your crime is, there's a chance that you could face a custodial sentence, right? Obviously, it depends on the severity of your crime and stuff, aggravating factors, things like that, and obviously the CPS guidelines and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Right, what do you need, right? So first things first, before I forget, right, yesterday I forgot, I did my little video before, towel, right? Now, you can get prison towels. They've been used hundreds, maybe thousands of times by lots of different people. Some will be clean, some will be scruffs. So a big, 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 fluffy towel, right? Trust me, it's the small things in prison. Definitely advisable, take it. Right, what else do you need, right? Shower gels. Right. I need to make a disclaimer as well first, right? Now, different prisons are run differently, but whether it be Her Majesty's Prison Service, G4S, Sodexo Justice Services, stuff like that, right? So not all these items may get through, and the items that I'm going to tell you about, but most of it should get through, because, like I say, it's some prisons have got certain things that they won't allow, and then other prisons have got things that they will allow. It depends who the screw is as well. If the screw's all right with you and he's having a good day, he might say, right, you're not supposed to, but go on, you're all right. Do you know what I mean? Or if there's a job's worth, he'll say no. So shower gels, we've got, right, so shower gels, we've got a towel. Obviously, first thing you're going to need as well is a hold on, right? Big hold on, bigger the better, trust me. Obviously, if you're looking at yours in prison, you've got a pack for that time, right? Deodorants in prison, right? You are not allowed, right, spray deodorants because they're flammable and you could use it to attack someone, right? So I did this video yesterday. I got these in prison. They are, like I say, little roll-on deodorants, Sure. I've got Dove, and then all it is, guys, right, like I say, these are normally £1 on the canteen, but if you buy them in advance of going to prison, just like I say, it's just a little ball, and then obviously as you spin it, then obviously the deodorant's on there, and that smells gorgeous, right? So that's that, right? So deodorants we've done, right? Bam, on to the next, right? Some people wet shave, some people shave their head, people like me. Razor. Right, blades, extra blades, you're gonna need them. Right, if you wet shave, if you don't shave, you know what I mean, you're all right. But some people can't grow a beard, some people can, some people shave their head, some people don't, some people shave the chest, some people shave the balls. I don't know. Shaving gel, you're gonna need it. Soap. Right, now with the soap, right, soap is also used as currency, so are shower gels actually. You can use them to pay for haircuts. There's a soap, guys, that I sing about, I love, called Doo-Doo Ocean Black Soap, right? People that have followed me for a long time will know what it is. Google Doo-Doo, D-U-D-U, space, O-S-U-N, black soap. They're about £1.50 a bar in prison. If you shop around, you can get them cheaper. You go to prison. People might want to buy them off you, give you shower gels for them. You can pay for your hair to get, like you get your hair cut and stuff like that. So, soap. Toothbrush. Right? Your own toothbrush. Why? Because prison toothbrushes are horrible and they're just white and plastic and all one size and it's just horrible. What else do you need? Toothpaste. Going to need them. I've gone through some effort, guys, to do this, let me tell you. Right, what else do you need? Now, these may or may not be allowed. In one prison I was in, they was allowed. In the other prison, they wasn't. Right? Cotton buds. Clean your ears out. Now, I know what people are going to say. You're not supposed to stick cotton buds in your ears because it pushes the earwax into your ear and it can cause problems. Yeah, we know the score, but like I said, I like to keep my ears clean. Right? Obviously, right, an address book, right? You need a little address book, right? Before you go to court and you end up getting sentenced, right? Before, buy an address book, right? A little notepad, a little notebook, big, this big, right? Write down in advance, get all your friends and family's date of birth. I don't know all my family's friends' date of birth, you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So write down their date of births, their address, their phone number, their landline, the date of birth. You're thinking, well, why do I need the date of birth? Because visits and stuff like that for visiting. If you're on VOs and stuff like that, visiting orders, you've got to get them, like you might have to get them cleared, you know what I mean? Right? So pens, right? Now, like I say, I've made a disclaimer. Not everything's guaranteed to get through. Pens, you're gonna need pens, right? If they are clear and you can see through them, like these, they'll get through. What else you're gonna need to stay in contact with your family? Gonna need stamps. You're doing time at Her Majesty's pleasure. You've got to send out Her Majesty's head on a stamp, haven't you? Stay in contact with your friends and your family. Tell them when they write to you to include a stamped addressed envelope as well. But stamps, you're going to need stamps. As soon as you land at the prison, a lot of people write a letter and get it posted out, you know what I'm saying? Right? You're also going to need envelopes. Obviously for the stamps and for the letter to send them out. Makes sense. A4 pad. A4 pad. Writing pad. Right? Obviously to write letters, look how thick that is. I think I got this from WH Smith's. It probably cost me about $5 or something. No, it cost me about $2-3.50 or something. I can't remember. So writing pad, a necessity, 100%. Right. Another things that you're going to need. Right, I'm going to go over it properly in a minute because I've got a fucking 3-4 page list here. Right, you're going to need socks. Right, your own socks and your own boxes. Take loads. Right, you'll have an allowance. If you take 15 pairs, you might be allowed 10. Right, your own socks. Why? Because prison socks may have been worn by other people, washed, or they're just, you know what I mean? So your own socks, necessity. Right, look at I've gone through effort for this, yeah, man. Right, boxers, right? No, this is not a double fucking bed sheet, they are my strides. Right, boxer shorts, yeah, you're going to need them. Right, again, take several pairs, you'll have an allowance. Right, what are you not allowed to take? Right, because of football rivalries and stuff like that, football shirts, right, they are not allowed, right? So you might think, oh, well, I'm going to strut up and down the wing in a United shirt, City shirt, Liverpool shirt, Arsenal shirt, whoever you support, West Ham, or Oldham Athletic like me. They're not allowed. They are not allowed because of football rivalries and stuff like that. Silly, I know. Again, I don't know why, but I pulled 2 shirts. I pulled last season's shirt out as well. Right. When you go to prison, right, different prisons have got different things, right? They might make you what they call greys, which is for the first 2 weeks, right? When you land at the prison, they might say you've got to wear prison clothes, right? Now, like I said, when I went to Forest Bank the first time, if I remember correctly, I had to. The second time, the Scrooge said, yeah, you know the score, you're all right, right? If you have to wear greys, right, or prison clothes, as they call them, for the first 2 weeks, you may or may not, depends on what prison you're going to. This is Strangeways, right? This is what you're given in Strangeways, right? Prison t-shirt, blue in construction, you know what I mean? It's been worn and washed that many times, it's just fluffy. When I left Strangeways, this was just in my bag. So you might have to wear prison clothes, right? That's like one example from Strangeways. Or this is the proper greys from Forest Bank. As you can see, it's like a charcoaly grey, FBBM. I always get mixed up, I think it stands for Forest Bank Boys and Men. But again, I'm sure someone will contradict me and fucking make me look stupid. Right, another thing as well, going to sound stupid, but we class it as a luxury and stuff, and it's the small things in prison that are luxury. The things like the towels, things like that. Right, dressing gown. Again, this does not belong to King Kong, it's just a big ass dressing gown. No hood. You are not allowed to have a hood. Why? Because you could go after someone, put the hood up and go and attack them, or just someone grabbing you, getting caught on something, things like that, you know what I mean? So, dressing gown, guys, right? Trust me, I even took slippers, I don't give a shit. I took slippers, simple as that. Obviously, guys, you're going to need trainers as well. Mine are a bit bashed up now. I think the Adidas, I can't remember, Zenons, they light up in the dark anyway when light hits them. So obviously you need a smart pair of trainers. You need two pair of trainers. You need one to get about the wing and one to go to the gym. If you're going to go to the gym, that is, it's not for everybody, is it? Let me have another drink. Time out. Thirsty work this. Right. Oh, that's quite nice now. Like I said, it's better than huge. Right. Not everyone's a reader in prison. Some people are dyslexic. There's a lot of the prison population that have got the reading age of like a 9-year-old or an 11-year-old, which is not to be laughed at. But like I say, you're going to prison, right? Now, the most dangerous thing in prison, and I stick to this, isn't the understaffing, isn't the spice, isn't the violence, isn't the paranoia, isn't the mental health. Do you know what I mean? There's all these different factors at play, right? Boredom is the most dangerous thing in prison. You're like, boredom. You sat in your cell, right? High probability, especially on your first time, unless they put you high risk way or you're racially high of, like, do you know what I mean, kicking off whatever if you was padded up with someone, right? So you might get a single cell, but for the most part you'll end up in a double cell. And like I say, boredom is a massive thing. A lot of people in prison have got mental health issues and stuff, and you've just landed in prison. It's your first time in prison. I've been there. It's a shock to the system. When that steel door locks behind you, dark times ahead, right? So books, right? Books, yeah. Not for everyone, like I say, you might not be a big reader, but it's definitely worth taking books. If you like true crime books, get some true crime books, right? Take them, keep them with you. Again, these may not be allowed in because spice paper is a big problem. It's like the writing pads now, they might say sorry because of the spice paper, that's where they spray spice, synthetic drug onto the paper. People roll it up and fucking blaze it, so they might not let them in for that reason. But books, definitely worth taking, 100%. I think that's all I've got physically to show you guys, right? Right, what else do you need to take to prison, right? I've got a 3-4 page list here, right? Certain prisons have got certain codes when it comes to clothing. Some might say you're not allowed to wear like black jeans, for example, because prison officers wear black pants. They'll say that you can't wear black jeans, right? It's, again, check out the, like, when you go to court, do you know what I mean? Like on your, like, it might be a plea case management hearing, you might put an application dismissing. Just say to the screw in the gallery, in the dock, sorry. Just say, from here, ordinarily, what prison do you go to from here? And like I say, unless that prison's locked out, you'll go to that prison. Unless they're not accepting prisoners, then you can go to another prison. But just do your advice. Just be clever and switched on and ask the question. Right, so flip-flops, right? Now, this is a very important one, right? Flip-flops. There are infectious diseases within prisons, right? Like hepatitis and scabies. You need your flip-flops to walk from your cell to the showers. Right, when you get to the showers, don't kick them off. You keep them on your feet. Like I say, some scruffy people in prison, and there's some fucking grubby showers in prison. Infectious diseases are rife, right? Always wear flip-flops in the shower. Foam earplugs, you like foam earplugs, right? You're not on a building site, but at night, like I say, prisoners, if they're kicking off, they might be smashing the pad up, kicking the fuck out the door. And then at night time, a lot of prisoners start shouting out the window because a mate might be up on the 4s and his mate might be up on the 2s, and they're shouting to each other out the window, and you try to get your head down and stuff like that. And I'm a light sleeper personally, so foam earplugs definitely to help you get your head down. Right, razor blades and extra blades, right? I've already gone through that. Shaving foam you've seen, shower gels you've seen, roll-on deodorants you've seen. Right, now certain prisons, right, again, disclaimer time, right? CD players, right? No iPods or no similar items, right? Obviously iPod, you can't take an iPod, but a CD player with a 3.5mm jack to put your headphones in, right? Are definitely worth taking. They may or may not get in. If it's brand new and you've not opened the box, right, it could get through. They might, do you know what I mean? They might knock it back, right? But I've seen them get in, and I've heard of stories where they've been knocked back. Dressing gown, no hood, as I've alluded to. The thing is with the dressing gown as well, for some reason they say no camouflage. In some prisons I've seen you're not allowed to have a yellow one. In other prisons I've said you're not allowed to have a black one, but you're not allowed to have a hood on any dressing gown. Set of smart clothes, right? Obviously, you could end up having a court date, do you know what I mean? You could end up on a court date. You could, do you know what I mean? And obviously for your visits as well, you don't want to go and see your missus wearing some tatty clothes. You want to wear. It's well known that you get around the wing in casual clothes, and then prisoners have ordinarily got a set of smart clothes that they wear to go on their visits and stuff. Right, casual clothes, obviously trackies, etc. Again, different prisons have got different rules. For the most part, they say no black hoodies, no black trackies and everything, no hoodies. Hoodies are banned. Trainers times 2, 1 for gym, 1 to get around the wing. Socks, again, take several pairs. Boxers, take several pairs. Towel. As prison towels are rough and small, and like I've alluded to, there's some big lads in prison. Right? Nail clippers. Right? Nail clippers cut your nails. And also, if they are selling, they do the John West tuna things now that you can just rip open like in a little pouch. But what they used to do, and it's still doing it at strange ways, is tins of John West tuna. The nail clippers are used around the top to actually open the tuna. Soap, obviously I've alluded to. Money. Right now, I took about 150 quid. Do you know what I mean? Some people take 50, some people take 100, some people take 200, 300, 400. Do you know what I mean? You're going to need money when you land at the prison for induction canteen, and by having soap, shower gels, toothbrushes, toothpaste, things like that, you can put that money, instead of buying an induction canteen to get your necessities, you can put it on the credit, or you can buy something else: milk, coffee, sugar, tea, whatever you want. So yeah, toothbrush, obviously I've alluded to. Toothpaste, I've alluded to. Take a few tubes. Little address book, again, in advance of going, if you are obviously going to be committed for sentence. Little address book with all your friends and family's addresses, phone numbers and date of birth for visits, etc. In advance of when you're sent down, that should already be filled in. Writing pad, as I've alluded to, pens, stamps, envelopes, books, dressing gown, no hood, clothes, no football shirts, camouflage clothing. Mega important one, right? And I've alluded to this yesterday, and I can't stress this enough. Photos of friends and family. Mega important, right? Some people deal with prison better than others, but everyone that goes to prison for the first time, if they were to say that it wasn't a shock to the system, they'd be fucking lying, right? Photographs of friends and family, right? Get to Asda, I think, get a load of them printed out, because it's cheaper than Max Spielman. Get an absolute, literally, I had about 50, 60, 70 photographs, right? In dark times, and there will be dark times, mark my words, photographs of your friends, family and loved ones, partner, whatever, mother, whoever you're close to, whoever you hold dear in your life, kids, photos are mega important, and they can snap you out of a dark place. They can, like, rather than focusing on the depressive side and spiral into depression, and people contemplate suicide, self-harm, things like that. Like I say, there's a lot of mentally ill prisoners as well. Photographs can snap them out of the mood. It can make them reflect on the good times rather than the bad times, gives them a focus, gives them light at the end of the tunnel. Mega important. Medication, if you've got it, again, they'll probably take it off you. They might give it you in possession, but you probably have to see the doctor first. Depends on what the medication is and what your medical history is. If you've got a medical history where you've got certain prescriptions in advance of going to court, obviously some people get remanded on the street and they don't get the chance to do all this, but if you're going to court to be sentenced, get to your doctor a week or two before, ask him to print out a letter, which you can either use as mitigating circumstances to try and stop yourself going to prison, or just highlight the medication that you're on and the reason you're on it and how long you've been on it. Simple as that. Washbag. You can buy a washbag. Some of them will say, oh, it's got to be clear so that to be safe, but you can just, like, I think I had like a Dove one and I was allowed in with it. Face cloth, obviously, because you spend a lot of time in your cell. Hand towel, because obviously when you've had a piss, you might want to wash your hands. Watch, right? Now, watches are optional, but the thing is, within prison, right, the amount of times I was cleaning the landing and someone would say, here, mate, what time is it? And I'm like, for fuck's sake, right? Because people lose sense of time within prison. Other people that have got watches they start clock watching, looking at the watch, and then put it down for 30 seconds and feel like an hour's gone past, and then fucking hell, I thought it was like an hour later. But yeah, so a watch, I think there's a maximum limit that the watch is worth before they take it off you. I wouldn't advise going to prison with an expensive flashy watch, because truth is, it'll catch somebody's eye. Someone on the wing will be a grafter and he'll pay the guy to go and nick it when you go for a shower or something, and it happens. So no flashy watches, no smart watches, they're not allowed obviously because there's cameras on them. Slippers, I took slippers, I don't give a shit. Radio alarm clock again, choice is yours. Decent size hold all obviously to put all your shit in. Warm jumpers for winter on the exercise yard. Coat, right, now obviously if you're looking at 5 years in prison, right, and you get sentenced to 5 years, you're going to be doing 2.5, you know what I mean, unless you get your tag. So you're going to go through the winter, yeah. It might be raining, it could be, I've been on the yard in snow, sleet, rain, sunshine, so a coat for the winter weather, bang your coat on, right, take it with you, it's worth, for the bad weather and to get the exercise yard, go to visit, shit like that. Shorts, to get around the gym, for the gym and to get around the wing and for summer. Pajamas, if you wear pajamas, I sleep naked since I was 6, a little bit too much information there. Tea towel, right, now not every prison, right, in Strangeways, I needed a tea towel because we eat in our cell in Strangeways and you spend 23 hours locked up, right, and you have to wash your own plate. So I've seen people take fucking washing up liquid to prison, but yeah, tea towel. To obviously wipe your tea towel, to wipe it all the shit off once you've cleaned it. But then at Forest Bank, you eat on a tray. I bought my own plate, so I used to wash my own plate in my pad. But you get like a food tray that you get in school, and then once you finish with it, you hand it in to whoever's on the dip. The dip is what you get the tray and dip it into like a load of hot soapy water. So you wouldn't need one in that regard, right? Hair clippers, right? Now again, they may or may not let you in with hair clippers. Hair clippers are important. One, because if you want to cut your own hair, you'll save yourself money. By money, I mean shampoos and black soaps, whatever. Because obviously you have to use that as currency. So if you take a brand new hair clippers, you can cut your own hair. If you're good at cutting hair, you can actually make money whilst in prison by cutting other people's hair. You might charge a shower gel or a black soap per haircut. You know what I mean? Again, optional. Again, they may or may not get in. A diary, that's for people that want to keep a diary. Some people want to keep a diary about their emotions, the good days, the bad days, and rather than just keeping it all up here, they write it down and keep a diary and stuff. Any electrical items will also have to be PAT tested, which stands for Portable Appliance Testing. It's to be sure that it's safe and it meets health and safety standards within the prison. But like I say, when it comes to certain amounts of items of clothing, certain colours won't be allowed. Again, it depends. Black, because obviously prison officers wear white shirts, black pants for the most part, depends on what uniform there is. I went through all the effort, guys. I bought some of these items and I've also had some of these items. That's why I was trying to do like a physical demonstration to show you guys. I'm talking too much. We're 22 minutes and 44 seconds in. So I'm going to leave this video here. I've got the tablet. I've got to put all this shit away now because I go to the extreme when I'm trying to show you guys. Hopefully this is more in depth than the video yesterday. Hopefully this helps people more. Feel free to share the video and things like that. But yeah, hope this helps you guys anyway. On that note, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video and put your comments in the comment section below. And I'll also put an itinerary. Well, I won't because I've just ripped up the piece of paper for everything I've mentioned in the vlog. In the description, but I'm not going to do that because it's self-explanatory. Right, guys, on that note, I'm going to finish my rest of my drink. Hope you have a lovely evening. Stay safe, whatever you're doing. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.